Hello friends, welcome back to Podbox, College Campus Drive, from which many students get job, but not all, because to crack any good multinational company requires a lot of efforts and hard work. I know every student do hard work, but only few do hard work plus smart works. It requires a lot of steps, strategies, preparation, planning. So to discuss all these placement strategies, Rashmi Chaturvedi is here. She is a consulting engineer in Cisco. She cracked the Cisco Campus Drive in college last year. Before this, please like, subscribe, and share this video. Hello, Rasmi. Welcome to Podbox.
Hello, Siddharth. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, I am also good. All going good. You say, Rasmi, would you like to tell our viewers about yourself and your education background?
Yeah, so for the viewers, hello everyone. I'm Rashmi Chaturvedi and I'm born and raised up in Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. I've completed my B.tech from Gyanga College of Technology, and recently I got this full-time offer from Cisco. So I'm working as consulting engineer in Cisco, and I have been an active student throughout my academic. I love organizing events and being part every time on stage, I guess. And coming to my family, I come from a joint family and I love doing paintings, mainly on switchboards and door paintings. That's all.
That sounds good. Rasmi, please tell viewers about your some achievement.
About my achievement, I would say no, not so many achievements, but I think last year I was selected from top 40 students all over India for doing this inframind competition in TCS internship. So I was one of them, top 40. And second is, as I have joined Cisco, so before that, a 6-month internship we had. And as a fresher only, I was leading the North region. There was a Cisco COVID volunteer task force. And I was one of the North lead, and I worked as oxygen concentrator lead, and I helped many people out. And that was kind of achievement for me. And other than that, I think no major achievements, but yeah, I was placed in Geo, Cisco, and TCS, and many more. So yeah.
Yes. Rasmi, please share your campus drive journey in brief.
About my campus drive journey, I think I was well prepared beforehand, only before this campus placement even started. I was not, so much studious, not so much technical student, but I was always being, active about all the things, and I love to put my leg everything it goes. So I worked very smartly during this campus placement, and even I think Geo was the first company which came into our campus. So I cracked it, and I got into TCS through Inframind competition, and then Cisco happened. So yeah.
Nice, sir. Rasmi, I want to know that there is two type of campus, on campus and off campus. So does both require the different preparation strategies and planning? If it is so, please tell our viewers about it.
No, I think they don't require this different preparation strategy. Strategy is same. You have to be consistent on your aptitude, reasoning, coding skills mainly if you are coming from IT background. But other than that, on campus is where you're in your college. You are one of them selected student, and there might be some criteria undergoing, and you will be one of some. You will have competition around, with 500 or 600 students whom you might know or might not know. But off campus, it comes around, all over India companies coming. So questions will be same. I guess interview questions are almost same everywhere. Some are little tough and hard, but basically questions are same. And off campus, you should know that you are competing with me, so you have to put even a little more effort. But I think off campus chances are very much high that you get into number of companies. Where in college, on campus, you have some restrictions. Sometimes your name is not there in the list. So yeah, that's the thing.
And some advice for non-IT student because they also sit for off-campus drive.
I think even some of my friends which are non-IT, which do not have any much of the IT knowledge. Even they are placed in good companies. Even in Cisco, some are from non-IT background. You should be very much good in your core subjects. You should have a good knowledge of your core subject, I would say, and a little bit knowledge of the company, what company is looking for. And I think for the interviews, there are just some questions, I'll say 20 to 50 questions. You should prepare them and you will ace it. Be confident.
Yes, usually off-campus drive has a lot of competition. So what extra step students should be take to crack off-campus drive?
For the off-campus drive, I think students should be good in coding skills if you're coming from an IT background. And you should be very confident and work very smartly during each of the rounds and in the interview.
Okay. Rashmi, I want to know that how students should prepare for written exam. Please tell your secret strategy to clear written exam.
Okay. So first of all, if coming to an hiring process, if we'll start, before the written round. So hiring process nowadays has been of two types. One is on, campus placements, which is on campus, off campus, which is divided into two parts. And the other is through competition based hiring. There are number of competitions happening these days in which, you go into a competition. It does not matter that you have to come first even. If you're one of the good performer, you get into an internship, you get into a company. That's what happened with TCS. So another for the, when companies come to your placement. So let's talk about, when campus placement happens. So for the written round, you should be good in aptitude, logical reasoning, verbal, and little bit of coding. So, you don't have to be like very solid with the coding, but you should have the logic skills and programming skills a bit, because that's what asked in many of the companies. So for that, I think you have to be consistent, daily do some questions. And my strategy was honestly, I used to be like 50 questions daily. I used to search on YouTube or search on Google 50 questions on this topic, 50 questions on this topic, and I used to practice. So you have to be consistent. And for the competition based hiring, I'll say, whatever competition you see, nowadays on Google, on LinkedIn, you find many competitions. Put your leg into it, because you don't know where are your chances to be get selected. So, get into it and try each level, each round as per your best and do it.
So means our hard work, discipline, consistency matters a lot.
Yeah, I'll say smart work, consistency goes the
Smart
way.
work plus hard work. Okay.
Yeah.
Rashmi, please list out some recruitment process that you go through it during your campus process.
So some recruitment process, I'll say, coming to Cisco, I got Cisco through Ideathon competition. Cisco was not on campus, it was off campus. And it was 7-round journey in which first round was written round consisting of some networking questions, some programming question, aptitude and programming languages a bit. And then second was some coding questions. Then another video submission round. Video submission, you have to pick up a idea and you have to build your own solution to it. And some technical rounds. For coming to interview, you have technical round, you have managerial round, and then you have HR round. So I think same goes in other companies. There are not so many rounds in other companies. Basically, I will say there are 3 rounds. One would be the written round, which can have aptitude, reasoning, verbal, and coding questions. And in some companies, they again can conduct a more advanced coding round for the shortlisted student. And then it's technical, managerial, and HR round.
Rashmi, I want that you give some tips related to this common process. Some small tips.
I think some small tips for these processes will be, you should be well prepared beforehand, because you don't know which company, when, campuses start coming, they start coming as in all together. So you do not get time for it. So, if you are aiming for a company, that's good that you're aiming for a particular company, but you should be prepared with all the, good and bads also, that even if you're not getting into this company, you should have a plan B for the next companies too. So you should prepare well for all the companies and strategy will be, for the written rounds and for the interviews, you should be well hand prepared before even the companies are arriving. You should be prepared with all things. You should note down in the copy, make notes of it, and that's how it works.
I want to know your experience of technical and HR interview, and also share some tips related to interviews.
I think for interview preparation, I'll say, my friends called me interview expert during that time because I think I was well prepared. To my juniors also, I give the same advice that interview preparation is not done in a day. It takes, a whole time. It takes all your experiences. I have done, I think, 5 to 7 internships till now, and within a year or some 2 years, and I got so much experience out of it. In interviews, what you really do is sharing your own experience. That is what looks meaningful in the interview, and that is the secret of interviews, I'll say. Share your experiences, whatever you have done, you have experienced. Be yourself, be a little unique, because I believe in standing out of the audience. You have to be different from rest of the people. So how will be your answers unique? You will be unique. That depends on you. So yeah, think beforehand, be prepared. And I think interview preparation should be done daily. You should just talk to yourself, think of some scenarios that, okay, if this ever happened in my life, if interview will ask me, okay, what will you do in this situation? So what will be my unique answer to it? So yeah, do not Google things, because interviews are so smart that they catch you like in 2 minutes.
Right. So students should go through mock tests before appearing to the actual interview.
Yeah, I think be yourself, be with your own statements, that whatever you believe in. And even in the technical interviews also, when you are giving some technical answers, mold the sentences like that it is your own experiences. I think in many of the interviews, when I didn't knew the answer, because they tell to on screen code. So many times it happens that students get panicked that when you have to code in front of the interviewers. So that time my strategy used to be, I used to tell them, let me first explain you the logic, what I'm going to do it. So if you are good that you have explained the thing very nicely, so you have done it all. So I used to go that way. First I used to tell them, let me explain to you, then I'll go for the coding if you're not satisfied with my explanation. So go like that, I wish.
And our communication skills matters a lot in interview.
Yeah, I think communication skills matters a lot. But more than that, even if someone is from Hindi medium and maybe they're not good with English, then I'll say, your smart work will matter, because they are not going to check your grammar skills, that you're using this, that, or is an R. No, they are not going to do that. They will ultimately see how much knowledgeable, experienced, or how much ability you have to learn the things ahead. So be kind and give your answers as per your knowledge. Be thorough with the basic core subject.
Okay. And Rashmi, how students should make their CV? Which factors make one CV different and attractive from others?
Yeah, I think for the resume and CVs, I'll say, you have to always keep it up to dated. During our time, and now also it is said that keep your resume, as being a fresher, you should keep it as short as possible, maybe 1 page or just in 2 page, end it all. And one basic mistake which I see in resumes these days of freshers, they beforehand, only a bit before getting into a company, they write this, a software engineer aspiring to be something or something. I think that does not work. You should not write a software engineer, because you are getting into a fresher level job. So you should not write that. You should write an individual or something like that. So you should pay focus on whatever you are writing in resume, and you should be very confident about the things you write in resume, because all the questions in the interview are going to be based on that resume only. So you should be confident if you are writing whatever languages you are writing, or whatever subjects you are writing, the certificates you are mentioning. Because of, I think, COVID, we have immense opportunities. Nowadays, we are doing like 50, 60 plus certificates like on daily basis, right? So I feel write the certificates which are valued and which you can justify on your resume. So make your resume as short as possible, and as a fresher keep it very simple, because even the interviewer is knowing that you are a fresher, and you should not make it very complicated, because at the end you will end up messing with your own self. So yeah, focus on these things.
And also some student write false information in resume and CV, and during the interview process they may face some troubles. So
Yeah,
information.
surely I think interviewer will catch them, or when the
Yeah.
questions will be asked on this topic, then they are complicating the process for them, their own self. Yeah.
Rashmi, it is necessary to do internship and certification for campus drive. If yes, so how students should find internship and to which platform they go for certification and all?
I think doing internships are not so much important. It is good if you are doing it, even if you're getting, because there are lot of experience you get into an internship, because they know you are a fresher, you are a student, and you are doing. I have done 5, and I know the experience was highly nice. I have learned a lot. Not only technical skills but professional skills, how to handle people, how to communicate with them. All those things I have learned from my internships. And certifications, nowadays people do a lot mistakes in certifications. They just complete the certifications for the sake of getting a certificates, or it is forced by the colleges to them, which is very wrong. You should understand the value of a certificate. It does not matter that you're having 50 plus certificates, or 2 or 5, or many certificates of different topics. You should focus on learning, I think, better from the certificates. To all my juniors also I say that whenever you are doing any certificate, even if it is not important, that the certificate or something, you should just turn the pages around what the topic you're going to have in this topic, and what are the leads pointed, and make notes of everything, of all the certificates you are doing, what are the learnings from the certificate. That only helps at the end, that what you have learned from the certificates. So certificates should be done on the purpose of learning. If you're not interested, do not do any certificates because of force of your college or something. Just learn from it. And even if that certificate of your no use, sometimes the topic is not relevant to you, but make notes out of it. Make the headings, subheadings out of which topic whatever you have learned. That works. For internship you're getting, that's good. If you're not getting, that is also no a problem. For everything I think you have solutions. Be yourself.
Rasmi, students usually have doubt regarding programming language. So, which programming language and technology they should learn, which help them for campus drive?
Yeah, I think for the programming languages, yeah, people have that they should go for Java or Python or C or C++. For me, I think you should know the basics of all the language. That's just the syntax of C, C++, Java, and Python. And other than that, whatever language you feel comfortable, whether it is C++ or Java or Python, you should go with one particular language, because that will only help you in coding questions. So whatever language you're comfortable with, you should go with it. And for the companies, many times they may have a particular language preference, but that's not your problem, because if people also know that if you're good at one language, it does not take much time to be good at another languages. So I think the core concept of all the languages, the logics are same. So you should be just good at one language and learn the basic syntax, the basic addition, or some one program in all the languages. For the technologies, I will say new freshers nowadays, they hear a lot of buzzwords like data scientist, or I'll be data analytic, or big AI, I should go for machine
Blockchain and
learning.
all.
Yeah, but that is not the way to do it. I think अगर आप पहले से ही अपनी preference बना के रख रहे हो for cyber security or things, that is good that you have interest in a particular thing. But first, you should be very good with your basic, and your basic first goal should be to get into a company. And when you get into a company, when you write your certificates and your interest in the companies, your projects are allotted to you sometimes if you're lucky. So on that same topic, so you will get into it eventually, but you should not, pay much focus from the initial days, day only, that I want to go in cyber only, I want to go in blockchain only. It is good to have a basic explored knowledge of the latest technologies, but not, you should not aim to get into it only. That's a wrong approach.
Rasmi, according to my experience, project gives a lot of weightage in interview. So please give some insight on projects.
I think for the projects, I think we have seen, many students are doing, they're paying the money to another person and another person is doing the projects for them. That is very wrong approach. Projects should be highly based on your own learning skills. You have to learn a lot from the project, and it should be based on some topic which is relevant and you feel for the topic. The topic, you should be very confident that, okay, this topic is my topic and I am going to say a lot about it when asked from me that why you choose this topic. So, and then your, I think, basic question is, what is your role in the project? So have a defined role that, okay, if you want to go in database management, your role was like that. If you want to go in leadership, you should be a leader in your project, or something backend and something. So project should be based on a real based idea, real time idea. What you think you have to solve this problem out, and then you have to do whatever. If you are making a small project, I'll say, you're not using high technologies. Do not use high technologies like AI. I used ML or something. Whatever you do, you should do it by your own self. And the basic aim should that you have learned a lot from your project. So that is the core thing of doing a project in colleges and when asked in interviews also. So even if you're doing a small project, so be yourself and do it by your own self, by your own team. And yeah, and finding the topics, many people ask me that where can I find the topics of this project I want to do it. So I think there are many hackathon sites nowadays. There are many real-time problems. Find, or see the problem around you. You have many problems.
Website are there.
Yeah. So try to solve a real-world problem or whatever problem you yourself are facing. So make it from basic to a little advanced thing that can impress someone when they hear of your idea. So work like that.
So you mean a small project, but they solve some real world problem. They should be unique, because some
meaningful
project from YouTube and all. So this is wrong.
Yeah, downloading projects from other and then making it your project does not help, because when you speak of the project, the interviewer can understand that, okay, you didn't made it, and that is the disastrous thing you do in the interview, copying things.
Okay. So please share some platforms, website, courses and resources from which student may get help for their preparation.
For the preparation, there are a number of sites you can Google, you can have on YouTube. But I'll say, again, go with the 50 plus questions on YouTube on particular subjects. There are a number of questions, right? 50 questions on OS, 50 questions on DBMS, prepare like that. And other than that, you have Java T point, tutorials point. I did my MySQL from MySQL tutorial site official. Geeks for Geeks, yeah. And Hacker Rank for the coding preparation, Hacker Rank, Hacker Earth. You should have a habit of doing particularly just one question on Hacker Earth. And yeah, many are there you should explore. I think when people are going to coachings and other things, they are just getting limited. But when you explore on internet, doing it by your own self, you can explore much things. What I did in my campus placement, I explored a lot. So yeah.
Rasmi, your last advice, suggestions for a student who is planning to take part in campus drive.
Students who are planning to take part in campus placement, I think the first advice will be help each other out, not in wrong way, but help in the preparation strategies. That, okay, if I have prepared this thing, so I am also telling my friend that let's prepare it together. Have someone, what we call it as a buddy system, have someone, person near you, and you both are preparing it together, because that helps a lot. if you are weak at something, someone is good at something, so that works. And do smart work, be very much prepared with all the core subjects which you know, and step into everything. Do not back out. Matlab, you see any competition or anything, any link, just register yourself, participate in it. You don't never know, where the life is going to take you up. So participate in everything. Do not give up till the end, because I have seen many of my friends getting placed at many companies at the end, and many good companies. So I'll say, do not give up, never give up, and be smart. Help each other out. Be kind. When you help others, God also helps you. So do not be very much in ego, or if you are doing good, so be down to earth when you are preparing for it. Have a proper strategy. Be consistent, and yeah, share your resources, share your things, and be impressive throughout. Be prepared for the interviews already beforehand.
So so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. I'm glad that we did it.
Yeah. Best of luck. Have a great career ahead.
Yeah, same, all the best for your this channel. And I'll say to your viewers that like, share, and comment on it. And all the best. Thank you.
Thank